What's going on? How are you?
I just feel like I want to bust into multiple songs. Well, I could bust into, well, there's no Olympics song, but...
Wait. Snoop Dogg is...
Did you see him in the horse riding outfit with Martha?
Yes.
That's so great. Oh
I knew he would be with Martha. Snoop Dogg?
I want them to sell action figures of those.
So listeners, Katie bought me for Christmas.
Oh my God!
A Snoop Dogg ornament.
Well, I thought it was just like a knockoff Elf on the Shelf, but
it was a knockoff Elf on the Shelf, but it was Snoop on the shelf. And I'm not near the point of having to think about that with my child, but I did like it on my Christmas tree, and I love Snoop all year long. And now I get to think of Snoop in the Olympics, and now I have to think of Snoop in Christmas time. It's the best.
I feel like the Snoop Christmas thing though had like a really funny name where it was like something on a blunt. But Snoop doesn't rhyme with blunt. Does Snoop rhyme with any other, like, weed term? Snoop on a stoop? Snoop on a... Oh, shit. I'm gonna have to look into that, because...
Snoop on a stoop. That's what it is.
Was it Snoop on a stoop?
It's Snoop on a stoop.
And he has a little blunt, doesn't he?
He has a little blunt. And
so
I love him with all my... He has a blunt and a chain.
Okay,
the people that walk into my house and love that can stay. And the people that poo-poo it can leave. Thank you very much.
I feel like the Olympics, we're just missing out on golden opportunities to merchandise Snoop Dogg better. If you sell a shirt that's Olympics themed with Snoop Dogg's face on it, I will buy it.
I'm buying it.
Oh, who's
Let's
selling
look this
that?
up.
I bet they sell those, actually.
Snoop Dogg Olympic shirts. Keep going.
I mean, there's gotta be something like that. And the pin, I mean,
my God!
Did you find a good one?
Oh my God, Adidas! I can't. Look at this. I'm just sending it to you via chat.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, that's just, he's blowing out smoke in Olympic rings.
The rings? That's what his pin looks like. Ah! It's beautiful!
It's pretty beautiful.
I need to buy that. I don't love the glasses. I don't know. They give me trauma for some reason.
But they're like supposed to be the Eiffel Tower.
I know, but I hate it. But
I got it.
Wow, I love that. Yeah, Snoop Dogg for the gold medal.
Who do you think Snoop Dogg will endorse as president? Because then they'll win.
I don't think that's a question at all in the world.
There's a lot of shirts that just say Team Snoop. And it has like an American flag.
Okay, I would actually like that, if I'm being honest. That's what I'm buying. It's decided.
Sisters who've seen it. We are the sisters who've seen it. Sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters. Sisters who've seen it.
Hello!
Hey, Jessie!
Oh. Was that, the step... No, not
Hi, Jessie.
Oh, God.
Good.
Yeah, I was like, who is that?
Token trainer. Hi, Jessie. I'm Lori Petty.
Wow, that was a good Lori Petty. Oh, Bridge. Keep that in your back pocket. I like that.
Okay.
Welcome back, listeners. How you doing? Are you swimming?
How are you?
Are you crying? Because I cried.
Did you all want to be trainers to whales? Because I did.
Now I do. Actually, I don't, because I hate the captive whales. It makes me sad all day, but...
Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right, here we are.
Listeners,
okay, whatever.
We gotta get into it. I'm gonna introduce ourselves, because we're not whale trainers. All right?
Okay.
Yeah. And then we learn stuff, and you're gonna learn stuff, so you better buckle up, get your life vests on.
What? Are you bullying them? They're just listening.
I had a lot of feelings happening during this movie, and you're all gonna feel what I felt. Wow. But first, listeners, we are...
But first, let's introduce ourselves.
We are the Sisters Who've Seen It, the podcast where two sisters who are not movie critics look back on some of our favorites throughout the years through a psychological, ethical, and familial lens. I'm Katie.
I'm Bridget.
And let's free Willy! And then I'm crying. And then the movie's got 40 fucking minutes left from that point. And then I watched the entire end credits and I'm crying. Michael!
Michael,
doing?
how did you not play your song during the movie? Why did we have to wait till the credits?
Literally.
What?
It's like when the whale jumps over him. Spoiler alert, the whale jumps over the kid. I thought that's when the song played, but I think that's where I think in the trailers, they would do that.
That was an amazingly poor choice not to utilize that song in the movie.
Like, they could have done what Titanic did, where they were kind of building up to the Celine song.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, we could have little snippets of the, like, whenever there's an emotional moment, which was 80% of the movie, you would just hear, like,
John Williams.
Just, like, emotional humming, and I would have
I
cried
love it.
more. So, Bridge, what's the movie this week?
1993, which is the
Best year
for movies. It is the adventure drama Free Willy,
All right, I watched this.
starring a real whale.
Yeah.
Everybody else is supporting.
Oh, and then
The whale is called Kiko.
And didn't Kiko
Keiko?
then, like, years after this movie, people were like, get Kiko out the fuck of captivity. And they're like, okay. And then they released Kiko, and then Kiko died.
Okay, but it's more positive than that.
Oh, I mean,
They worked really hard to, like, have him be one of the first whales to get released that was already captive.
Yeah.
So, like, kind of do a whoopsie doodle, like, we gotcha, JK, we're gonna send you back.
Rehabilitation.
And so they did, like, a ton of work for that. But yeah, then they sent him back and he died shortly after. I see mixed messages in that. I see one that says he died a year after. I see one that said he died 5 years after. But my
Kiko.
magical husband, James, looked at it more positive, where he died around Norway, so he went and he just traveled the world.
That
He
is
just
pretty
kept swimming,
cool.
and that's beautiful.
I know.
Because it was, like, obviously West Coast that they, like, let him free.
I mean,
Crazy.
Kiko was great, and this movie was great, and it should have won an Oscar for every category, especially most likely to make you cry, because I cried almost the whole movie, it felt like, to the point where Bear was, like, laying on me, and he was like, what the fuck, lady? And I was like, Bear, if you were a whale, and I was an orphan, and I found you, and we didn't have family, I would, like, be your friend. And he was like, Jesus, lady, relax.
Oh my god. Wait, you ready for these
Wow.
stats? You ready?
I'm ready.
So, the film was released alongside Hocus Pocus.
Best year for movies. Best year for movies.
And it grossed opening weekend $7.8 million. It went on to make $76 million.
Holy shit balls.
And then it eventually, after foreign release, went on to make $153 million.
Oh my god.
Okay, it is ranked 5 after Hocus Pocus, Jurassic Park, and then some other more, like, serious movies.
Was this movie in theaters? This was in theaters?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
In July, opening weekend. Oh my God.
July's a good month for a whale movie, I gotta say.
So I did look up, in terms of winning, the Youth and Film Awards was Jessie. And then
his first movie.
And Michael Jackson, Will You Be There, won for Best Song at MTV Movie Awards, and then all these other random award shows. But no, like, Golden Screen Awards, but no, like, you know, the big ones. You know what I'm saying? Okay. The ones we review.
Guys, don't sleep on Free Willy, because you think it's a kid movie that's funny and silly and so silly, little boys friends with whale. No! Wrong! They're family. They're orphans. Okay. The world's against them and they're sad and they need therapy.
Okay, it's your turn.
No.
It's your
No! I thought I did Point Break.
I think I did it.
I can't remember now, and now I'm gonna cry again.
Anybody can fact check that? I think it's you. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
But I actually am not sure, because now you're making me think I'm not right.
Alright,
because you edit and listen to, like, 4 hours of us talking.
No, I blacked out. Okay. Can I just read
go short. Yeah, go short, and let's kick it.
I do want to read the one sentence that we have on IMDb here, because I think it's kind of misleading, if I'm being honest. It says, when a boy learns that a beloved killer whale is to be killed by the aquarium owners, the boy risks everything to free the whale. Yeah, that's like the last, 30, 40 minutes. And really the movie's about fear of abandonment, PTSD, being an orphan, unconditional love, finding family and friends in far places.
Wait, how about
felonies.
Glenn? The love of your new dad, Glenn.
Oh my god.
When he shows up when you need him? I can't.
I cried the whole time.
I can't, Glenn.
I couldn't stop crying. It was so many tears. So, okay, listeners, we have... our main character is Jessie. Jessie,
in the 90s...
What the fuck? I just started.
Wait.
I have to get to the tears.
Wait.
Oh god, they're brewing.
In the 90s, every child actor that was a dude had to have 3 names. And this guy is not just Jason. He's Jason James Richter.
Okay,
and it's Jonathan Taylor Thomas. It's like everybody had to have a doo-da-bee-da-boo, da-boo-da-ba-da-bee. I swear, it's weird. It was a weird 90s thing. That's all I'm going to interrupt. I will leave you alone. Good day, sir.
All right, I got my tissues ready.
Okay.
Yeah, so our main character is Jessie. I thought Jessie was like a 9-year-old. He's apparently supposed to be 12. It's fucking fine. Jessie is a run-around town orphan. He's just living on the streets, stealing food. We start off with that, so that's sad. Lots of orphan kids. It's kind of 3 ninjas. Or no, it's kind of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with the Foot Clan and all the orphan children. And I was like, all we need is a ninja underground dojo to help us. But
okay.
It's fucking sad. And he gets picked up by a cop dude, whatever. And he's like, Jessie, where have you been, bitch? I got your foster parents ready to go. They're literally the nicest people you've ever fucking met in your life. Ever. Like, so nice. Here you go. And then they're like, wow, Jessie, we love you so much. And he's like, shut up, everyone! I'm sad. And I was like, whoa. Meanwhile, we did also see really fucked up shit of men, keyword men. No women were involved in this, okay?
This didn't pass the Bechdel test.
You take whatever lesson you want from that.
No, it didn't.
I don't
know. It didn't. There were not 2 women that talked that weren't about a man. They never talked.
Yes, it's true. These men are kidnapping a whale. I don't know why, because then this whale gets put in, not an aquarium, it's like an adventure park. There's no fucking rides. What am I doing at this park? Feels like an insurance scam, and it kind of is, and I don't like it. But yeah, this whale goes to the park, and the whale's like, I'm fucking sad because I was kidnapped, and I'm in a small tank, and did you ever see, Blackfish, the documentary that came out years after this? Because
she said it.
You're gonna fucking learn, okay? And everyone's like, that's so weird, why is the whale sad? Anyway, moving on. So, Jessie somehow, he ends up, like, graffitiing the orca tank, ? We'll get there.
They run from the cops, and they just happen to end up there. They weren't seeking it. It was just fate.
It's really easy to break into this adventure park, by the way. So that's
I was thinking the same thing because he breaks in a lot.
He just walks in there, and I was like, okay, wow. And lo and behold, he gets really fascinated with this fucking whale, and then he has to help clean up the shit. While he's cleaning up the mess he made, he makes best friends with the whale. The whale saves his life. Tears! Take the tally marks, how many tears? There's a lot. And, basically, he forms a friendship. And he realizes that him and the whale, they gotta look out for each other. And they understand each other, right? Because when you're sad and abandoned, you're gonna be mean to people. But, you know what? You need someone to look out for you. And he's looking out for Willy. And Willy's looking out for him. And then there's fucking evil men who, yes, the back end of the movie, like almost the end, are like, anyway, let's kill the whale. And then we get insurance money.
$1 million.
Do we think that's real? Like, zoos and aquariums have insurance policies on their animals, and if they die, they get money? Because who's paying that?
Insurance companies.
But like $1 million?
I know, but you pay into it, and then the insurance company's like, yeah, if something happens, we got you.
The moral of the story is insurance is evil, and it kills whales. So think about that next time you pay Geico, alright? But then, in the end...
I work for an insurance company, but okay.
I'm so sorry. In the end, Jessie and Willy have emotional moments, and Willy gets freed, and then he jumps over a jetty and over Jessie, and it's not physics, and the Michael Jackson song doesn't play, and the foster parents are there, and they help commit felonies, and everybody wins in the end. that I care about, and I cried hysterically the whole time. And then I cried through the entire credits, which is the Michael Jackson song. I watched the entire credits, like, till it was like, okay, the movie's over. Like, now you're back to your home screen. Like, what do you do now?
Oh my God.
Wow. I watched it all. This is a great movie.
You did it. You did it.
I mean, it feels like it's like a 10 out of 10 movie in some ways, you know?
I want to look up the "Will You Be There" lyrics.
Will you be there? Oh wait, I told you this last time. I have a funny story about that song. That's not me crying hysterically about it for 4 minutes. Hold me
like the river
Jordan.
I will then say to thee, you are my friend. Carry me like you are my brother. Love me like a mother. Will you be there? Weary. Tell me you will hold me when wrong. Will you scold me when lost? Will you find me? But they told me a man should be faithful and walk when not able and fight till the end. I'm only human. What?
It feels like it's like on the edge of being a religious song, but then I have to remind myself there's a fucking whale in the movie. So,
that is our Jesus. Okay?
Jesus is whale. Whale is Jesus. Wait, so the story I have about this song is, you know how in some bars they have that like touch tunes machine?
Yeah.
Where you can go up and you can physically pay and then you pick a song. But a lot of touch tunes also have like a remote option where you can have an app and you can pay money and then like nobody sees you going up to pick the song. So it could be like secret song playing. So when I lived in Philly and I taught a drum line, we would go to a bar a lot after we taught the children. And one time we were at a Buffalo Wild Wings, a whole group of us. And bear with me, the song Who Let the Dogs Out played straight, like back to back to back, probably about 10 times. And we were like, what's going on? It took us a while to figure it out. Like, what's going on? That's weird. And then somehow in this, we were talking about Free Willy. And we were talking about the Michael Jackson song. And we were saying how the music is so wonderful and we should put it in a drumline show because, like, think of the visuals and emotions. And then literally, as we said that, the song starts fucking playing on touch tunes. And we were screaming, and we were like, this is crazy, this is black magic shit. And then it ended up just being our friends sitting at the table with us, who literally paid probably like $50
just
to
for
play
a laugh.
To play
just
all these songs secretly and like drive people crazy. And it was a great time.
And you're like, this goes out to you, Glenn.
I mean, it's a part of me, every time I see touch tunes, I'm like, should I play Will You Be There by Michael Jackson?
Yes.
And Who Let the Dogs Out by the Bahamen?
Yes, you should. And go up to the bar and ask for holy water.
I might. Yeah. All right, well,
okay.
Bridge, we start off with sad whales. And
there's a Moby Dick reference.
Oh, who harpoons a whale?
Did you read the book?
The Free Willy book?
The Moby Dick book!
Oh my God. I bet there's a book about Free Willy, and I was like, well, now I fucking am. Are you kidding me? Did I read Moby? Have I ever read Moby Dick? I actually don't think I have. I know the story.
Well, there's this ship in it. It's like called Pequod or something, and then they have the name of the ship that like is like catching the whale, and so that's what we first see, right? We see these like ships that are like, ha 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 ha, we're catching these whales in this like dark, sad night, ha ha ha. And then we pan to Jessie, who can't eat as a 12-year-old.
Jessie's not fucking eating,
and they steal cake. They steal cake to eat.
They stole whole fucking wedding cake. Number one. Number two, that whole part with the whale was a goddamn cold open. And normally I'm like, woo, cold open, but I couldn't focus because I was upset, and I was like, cold open, it makes me sad, I hate it. And then, yes, children are stealing food, and it's the worst, and then they're literally hanging out in a fucking skate park like Ninja Turtles, and I was so worried there was gonna be
one of his like buddies that's also in his same lifestyle was a guy from It Takes Two who was one of the butt kisses.
Wait, was it the guy who was like, hey, I'm in a gang now, and we're going to California. Come on. Was it that guy?
It was the guy that, like, got away with him and was like, are you looking for me? It was that guy.
He was
one of the butt kisses. Listen to that episode, folks. Enjoy.
Okay. I'm going to have to re-listen to that, because damn. That's fucking crazy. The girl who was with them was also an actress that was in a couple of the Halloween sequel movies, like the horror movie Halloween.
Oh.
Her name was Jamie in the movie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I was like, girl, why are you an orphan? Get out of here.
It's when you're a kid, you're like, that's silly Jessie, he's just out in the streets. And then you become an adult and you watch this movie and you're like, my God, he's like an unhoused child.
That's why I was crying the whole time.
Has been put in foster care and ran away and he's just on the streets. And will someone murder him or rape him? Like, what's happening?
Also, he's got some vitamin deficiencies, and when was the last time he showered?
Let's also talk about, this is the good and the bad in the movie. The bad is, there's no cell phone, okay? So when he's gone, he's gone.
He's gone.
The good is, there's no cell phone, so he gets to play with whales, because if he had a cell phone, he'd just be sitting around his room dicking on Instagram, okay? And so it's a catch-22. But when you don't have a home, I wish you had a cell phone to be like, are you safe?
I really want our
phone.
phones that listen to us at all times, even though we don't consent, to now show my algorithm only of children TikToking whales. So we'll see.
Whale watching. Oh my God. Wait. I forgot to tell you this. Okay, so side tangent. Everybody, I am potty training my daughter Kate. Pray for me.
Wow.
And as part of this, you have to stay at home all day and just wash them like a hawk. And if they shit their pants, run them to the bathroom. And one of the things that I persuaded her with is Kate, we gotta stay at home because we're gonna watch a movie about a whale.
Did she know what a whale was?
Fucking watched the whole movie.
Did she cry hysterically?
She had no idea what was happening, but she was like, the whale. Every time the whale came out, she was like, that's the whale.
She's like, that's a fucking whale.
And then when it wasn't the whale, she was like, where's the whale? And I was like, this is how we all feel.
That was also me. Yeah, I'm like, yeah. Everyone's sad, but what about Willy?
But where's the whale? Where's Willy?
How's he doing?
Oh my God, it made me laugh so hard. And then because we kept potty training, we also then started to buy Free Willy 2, and then we immediately started off with that movie. And I was like, we gotta chill. We gotta take a nap.
There are a lot of Free Willy sequels, and one of the Free Willy sequels I think had Bindi Irwin, who was Steve Irwin's daughter. When she was younger, she's I don't know, is the kid in the whale movie. And I was like, what? Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so...
All right.
The movie, though, knew that we were here for the whale, because they're like, anyway, I know kids are starving in the streets, but we don't care.
But it's the 90s. Let's just get going.
But it's the 90s, we don't care, so now...
He has cool shoes. He's got Nike high tops. We can just keep going.
Well, and they bust in to this park that has no security, no fences, no
it had the quietest
gates.
Alarm. Okay, yeah. I was like, wait, how about you lock the fucking door? What do you mean alarm?
And how about a light, guys? How about leave the light on outside? Because kids are busting in. These kids walk into this, they're basically underground next to the tank. They don't know it yet. The first thing they find is spray paint. Within, it's not even half a second. They're like, cool! And they just spray paint. We're just graffitiing. We were running for the police. We don't know where our meal's coming from, but now we're focused on street art. And
Jessie's social worker, Dwight, was like, breaking and entering.
Yeah.
Vandalism.
Yep.
Graffiti. Graffiti, sir. I was like, I have a question too. Does he even like art? Why are we doing it?
He literally says, he goes, you're gonna go to baby jail. And I was like, that's definitely not the correct term, sir. But I understand.
1993 is like, what's his age? Baby jail.
Baby jail.
He's not an adult. He's a kid. You guys will like us. Pay us money.
So that guy's name was Dwayne. Is he even a cop? What is?
No, his name was Dwight. That's not his actor name, but in the movie, his name was Dwight.
Was he a social worker?
He was like a social worker / cop liaison. I don't know. But every time he saw Jessie, he's like, Jessie, man, I gotta talk to you about how it really goes. And then it was like every time he'd show up, he was like, here's your new family. He's like, I hate him. He's like, listen, warm bed, man. I was like, is this the hard knock cool social worker? Because I feel like I wouldn't be this cool.
The last scene we see with Dwight is where he's like, your mom's never coming back! And I was like, oh, Dwight, I hope you have redemption. And then you never fucking see him again. I was like, did Dwight get fired? Because...
Oh, but he's in Free Willy, too. I'm just going to tell you right now.
Oh, my God, Dwight.
He shows up right away, and it's not for a good reason. I won't spoil it for you all.
Well, he better fucking help save the whale, because he didn't do shit to save Willy, okay? Don't think I didn't notice, Dwight.
He wasn't a whale social worker, you know what I'm saying?
He fucking wasn't at all.
Okay, and Willy needed it.
Well, we meet Jessie's foster parents, and I said it before, I'll say it again. These are the creme de la creme of foster parents. They are top tier. They're gold plated. They are fucking nice and emotionally supportive.
We know nothing
children.
About them. They are placeholders.
We don't know anything.
We don't know why they want a foster kid. We don't know how long they've been married. We know nothing about them besides that they're like, we have a loving home and we love you. My hair is always perfectly coiffed.
It definitely
and Michael
coiffed.
Madsen has a grizzled look,
God.
but he's a heart of gold. And that's Glenn.
I gotta say, because we had him in Thelma and Louise, and we didn't review Kill Bill 2 yet, but he is in Kill Bill 2.
And
he's
fantastic.
I feel like a lot of those, he's kind of like, can get really angry and scary. And I don't know, in this one, I was like, oh, you're like a nice guy.
Well, he was angry and scary and tough.
I didn't think he was scary.
It wasn't scary, but he had a tough side. But when the going gets tough, Glenn gets going.
Put that on a t-shirt, sell it, yeah. I really liked all of their scenes, and I really liked their writing, because they just did a good... They weren't like they could have been so fucking cliche, where it could have been like, Jessie, tell us about your feelings. Let's all hold hands. And they right away were like, hey, we know this is like a lot, so just like take your space. Oh, you want to shove mashed potatoes in your mouth? Yeah, the husband maybe is gonna be like, I'm confused, but like, we're not gonna judge you because you've literally been starving on the streets for we don't know how long. And I was like, thank you. Oh, you want to go work with the whale? Oh, you ran out? You know what? You're not grounded. Yes, go work with the whale. Find joy in life. I was like, honestly, this is correct.
When whale performs, they're sitting in the audience front row.
I cried. I saw them in the audience, I cried.
Okay, so Annie is the wife, and her name is Jayne Atkinson, and her voice is something that I would fall asleep to. And does that exist?
She could do some meditation.
She's like, hi, Jessie.
Yeah, very calming.
To my house. I made mashed potatoes.
I know.
So they're great. Check that box. Bomb house. Oh, and then he was like, I thought you guys were rich, but you're not rich. Or didn't he say something fucking weird like that?
They def seem rich. His room was like a mansion, and he had like 360 windows of the ocean. And I was like, that would go for like $1 million.
Honestly, it's kind of funny that this came out the same year as Hocus Pocus, because it gave me like Hocus Pocus like house vibes, you know?
It did have similar, yeah. And this was supposed to take place in like Oregon. Was where the movie was supposed to be.
Yeah,
so
West Coast, North Pacific. Yep.
Yeah, and that comes into play when we meet Randolph, who is a weird character that I have questions about.
What is Randolph's backstory?
I don't know.
He is Native American.
He's Native American, but I don't know what his job is. All I know is he's affiliated with the adventure park, and that he lives in a trailer at the adventure park, and he hangs around Willy, but doesn't do anything with Willy at the adventure park. And what's his job?
Is he like facility manager? Like he was always making sure, because Lori Petty's like, I train whales.
Lori
so
Petty's
don't mess with that.
The aquatics, the animal trainer.
Randolph is like, yo, I love whales, but I'm gonna take care of their space. However, it's like not a great space. So I don't know what he's like, but here's all that I love about whales. You're like, okay.
Yeah. And then he's like, hey, Jessie, do you know shit about whales? No. Let me tell you shit. And you're like, wow, I'm learning. And then Lori Petty, when we meet her, she does the same shit, where she's like, oh, you don't know fuck about whales, but you're like interested in whales? I'll teach you about whales. And I was like, this is correct. We need to educate the kids. We need science class. We need tissues. Like, you need it all when you're watching Free Willy.
Do you know what stuck with you the most? Is that in captivity, orca whales their dorsal fin falls over. Do you know why? I Googled it and I went down a rabbit hole.
That fucked me up. No, tell me. I'm so upset.
It's because their space is so small that they don't get up to high enough speeds to, like, need the aerodynamics of it being straight up. So it's almost like their muscles don't get practice being, like, you know, fucking torpedo in the water going miles and miles and miles a day. And so it just is like, it's basically like when you get, like, a fat ass. Like, it just, like, it's just like, it just is like, we haven't been working. We've been sitting on the couch. Isn't that so sad?
That's so fucked up.
I know!
But that was what I liked with this movie, too, was they didn't... Because basically the message is basically like, they're all like, this situation sucks, and it's horrible and sad. But they're also then like, woe is us. And I was like, guys, we could have freed Willy in like the first scene. Like, we didn't need to go through the whole emotional Katie crying for 2 hours. Like, we could have just let him free. But
I mean, you're calling them out, Kate, because I feel like you're right. They were getting paychecks and they're just trying to. And so basically, Lori Petty has to make the whale perform, but she's like, this whale doesn't perform.
She's like, the whale is sassy.
The whale is not up for it. And then Randolph's like, I don't know, I'm just here for the facilities. And she's like, if the whale didn't perform, then there's no ticket sales. And then what was the point of buying a whale? And then they're not going to give the whale a bigger tank. And so if we get ticket sales, if we get people excited about the whale, then we can start making demands. And I thought to myself, this is so funny. Okay. Bear with me on this tangent.
Okay.
In the 80s, it was all about, like, money, 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 Madonna, money, 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 material girl.
Credit cards.
Then I feel like all the 90s movies were like,
save the environment.
You know, like,
that's where we got Fern Gully.
All these different things. However, the way that they, like, communicated all these things was still really about money. They're like, I got a job to do. And then eventually the one scene, Randall is like, you know what? I hated this job anyways. It's like, what do you mean you're a Native American that loves whales. What do you mean you, like, hated this job? Of course you do. What?
All I said was, what is your job, sir? And then he never says what it is. And I was like, oh my God.
It's definitely not driving a hitch, because he almost fell down. He almost put Willy down a cliff, and I was a little mad at him.
It was scary. Well, and so, like, even with Lori Petty's character, so she's the trainer, which is, I don't know, because it's so interesting. Obviously, with the whales, that is a well-known fact, I think, at this point in 2024, that, like, it's so horrible to have whales captive. But then, like, I think of all the other animals, too, and I'm like, well, what about the sea lions? Are they, like, sad, or are they okay?
I agree.
How am I supposed to feel about the sea lions? Because nobody ever talks about how sad it is that sea lions are trained and kept, and I don't know anything about them. And did they have muscles that atrophy being in captivity? We don't fucking know. We're focused on the whales. And Jessie, because him and Lori Petty they start to bond, because basically Randolph and Lori Petty's character realize that Jessie has a bond with Willy. They get each other. And that made me also cry, if you guys weren't keeping up. Okay? Take a sip every time. And there is a part where also Jessie falls in the tank at night.
Because he hits his head.
Willy saves him. And then Randolph finds him and casually drives him to his house. And that's when he's like, hey guys, even though Jessie almost just died and you didn't even know he was out of your home, and I'm a strange man that you haven't met before, I want him to come work for me. Come on down. And they were like, absolutely. And I was like, I support it, but maybe also look at someone's ID.
Wait, I want to add to that. Oh, keep going. I don't want to mess with your rant.
Well, I was just going to say, and then basically from there, he bonds with Randolph and Lori Petty, and obviously Willy, but when he's bonding with Lori Petty, he asks, like, hey, so, like, because she's like, you know, whales, are, like, they don't do well in captivity, and I don't even want to be a trainer, I want to be a researcher. And he's like, oh, do you do, like, research on Willy? And she was like, no, because everything's horrible. And I was like, okay, so again, we all know this is bad, but are we enabled? I don't know how to feel about it.
We have to make the kids do it. Okay?
And then I probably cried also about that. Yep.
Okay, so first of all, let's just give Lori Petty a little moment right here. Point Break was 1991. A League of Their Own is 1992. Free Willy's is 1993. Stop it.
And I believe, and I can fact check right now, I believe Tank Girl, which is another masterpiece.
1995.
Oh, I thought it was 93.
So we skipped a year.
Amazing,
She's amazing.
She needed a break after Free Willy. She probably cried the whole time, you know?
Well, she actually, it seems like she did 2 other movies, but I don't know what they are.
Oh,
but
okay.
Here's the thing. I looked at this from the Blackfin.
The Blackfish?
Blackfish documentary where we find out that these killer whales are like, and also in like recent news, like they're like, wait a second, we are smarter than y'all. We could just fucking eat y'all, trainers.
And they fucking capsize boats, which I am like...
And capsize boats and are just like, oh no, humans. Like, you some little dumb shit. We will fuck you up.
I'm a big supporter of the
and so
capsize
I was
boats.
looking at Lori Petty and I was like, excuse me, you're just gonna let a 12-year-old put his hand in a killer whale's mouth because they have a bond? Because I saw Blackfin, and you never know what the fuck's gonna happen if this whale's gonna eat him immediately. This is a child. You're making a child work. I understand the like emotional bond, but a part of me was like, but is that safe?
She's like, you do it, Jessie, and I'll watch from over here with the
She's
medical
like,
kid.
you guys have a bond. Wink, wink, wink.
Just give him a
It's
fish.
not
It'll
me.
be fine.
You jump in the water with him.
And he fucking does, like,
Oh my
so
God.
much. Oh my God. There is a part where Willy also goes like full Jaws, which I thought was really funny. But we do also meet the bad guys, which I feel like all of mankind can just be the bad guys in this movie. But no, it's two white dudes, one of which is Michael Ironside.
Oh yeah.
Which
Oh, yeah.
did we do a movie with him yet?
We
I feel
haven't?
like I'm thinking out loud, because I feel like if we did, it was probably one where Arnold Schwarzenegger was in it or
Top
something.
Gun.
Hey! There it is. Thank
We did
God.
Top Gun, and he was an intense instructor. I'm sure we did others.
That's correct.
He is the most grisly of grisly dudes. Like, I don't know how he could ever play like a nice person. He always just looks like scary, right?
I know. That's why I'm like, so we know you're the bad guy. So he's the owner of the
Whale.
Adventure Park ? Oh, I thought it was like the whole park.
Probably. Oh, yeah,
Right?
probably. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like, this stupid whale is stupid. And then Lori Petty, rightfully so, is like, well, you had sketchy people kidnap this whale, which I guess know about, but also I'm gonna not do anything about it or call the authorities. And that's why I can't train him. And then Jessie hears all this, and this is another thing. It's like when you hear the plot of this movie, you're like, oh, the whole movie we're gonna free him to his family. But again, Jessie doesn't even know Willy has a family that's sad.
Until 10 minutes
feet over there.
at the
until
end of the movie.
Very fucking end of the movie. And I was like,
I'm shaking my head profusely. I agree.
The bad guys are bad, and they're basically like, only Willy could make money. And then, like you said, that's when it's like, let's train Willy. And I don't know, they do, but then Willy gets stressed.
Okay, between me and my 2.5-year-old daughter, we fucking love the training part.
Oh.
It was like,
The
it'd be like,
montage.
Willy! Montage. She'd be like,
Where he's
Willy.
like waving.
He's
Oh my
waving.
God.
He's
So fun.
he's like, come on, Willy, do circles. And he's like,
Yeah.
Willy, touch the top of this little weird, like, I don't know, pole.
Oh my God.
I loved it. And I gotta tell you, when I was a little tyke in 1993, I was like, this is it. This is my job. I'm gonna be a marine biologist
Wow.
in that wetsuit.
Damn.
And I'm gonna train whales.
Oh.
This is also part of my Babysitters Club I'm gonna be Dawn, and I felt like it fit entirely into my childhood personality at that point.
Yeah, okay, I see it.
And then you grow up and you're like, just kidding, maybe it's not so great to do that.
Yeah, it really isn't. And I have so many notes that are just like fucking fun whale facts even.
Let's do it. Let's hear it.
Wait, the one fact where Lori Petty says that orcas will sometimes spend their entire lives with their moms. Like they'll live with their mom forever.
And Jessie lost
And
his
he didn't
mom.
have a mom!
And now Willy lost his mom.
Wait, did we even talk about that Jessie, who is
Jessie's
an orphan...
is an orphan, has been looking for his mom. We don't know what his dad's situation's like, but has been looking for his mom. And Dwight's like, get over it. It's been 6 years. We haven't heard from her.
I literally was like, okay, so the plot is Jessie is Lil Delulu, and he thinks his mom is like somewhere out there waiting for him, when in reality, she kicked him to the curb.
She kicked him to the curb.
Wasn't a good mom, and blah, blah. And as Bridget mentioned, no, he does not wonder where his dad is, and we all normalize that, but we villainize the mom.
I swear to God, we saw this in Three Ninjas. They came and they yelled at the mom, and they never yelled at the dad, and he deserved it. Okay? Mm-hmm. And I was pretty mad about it, but here we are.
Well, and part of me wanted to be like, you know, Dwight, when you're bitching at a kid who's already sad, and you don't need to be bitching at, but you're choosing to do it, you might as well also throw in the real talk about how, hey, your dad abandoned you too, and now you got this dad who loves you. He tried to play baseball with you in the yard, and that was fun, and like, appreciate love. And then it was like, oh my God, the drama. A lot of drama. Maybe that's why this got to me, because I was like, it's a little Degrassi drama going on in here with a whale.
Next stop on Andy Cohen, Free Willy. Where is Jesse's mom?
Willy would be so sassy on Andy Cohen. Oh my fucking God. He would like splash water on Andy.
That's my whale noise.
Oh my God.
And Andy's like, Willy says he doesn't care about y'all, only Jessie.
Oh no, it's so bad.
Okay.
I don't even know where I am in my notes.
No, I know where we are.
So many sad things.
Okay, so then Jessie gets hope. He gets hope in life, and he's like, I'm going to train this whale. And I'm going to save this whale to get a bigger tank and better treatment and all this sort of stuff. And that requires me to do all this training, and we've made it to the big day where I'm going to show off this training. Everyone's so proud of him. His foster parents were like, I'm going to be there. We're going to support you. We got it.
Yeah.
And Willy chokes because there's
stressed.
Just a lot of people. The kids are hitting the glass.
They're slamming on the glass. I was like, where are the adults? Where are the signs? Where is anything? Where is Randolph? What's his job? We don't know.
The owners are there, and they're like, this kid choked, and he runs off, and he's so pissed. He's like, this was my thing. This didn't work. He later on goes and talks to Willy at night, because that's what he does.
Yes.
And he's like, man, I can't believe you did that, Willy. I'm so pissed at you. And Willy's like, well, what do you mean? Play with my little toy. I don't care. Like,
Willy's like, my life sucks more because I was actually kidnapped. And
he's like, I'm still kidnapped. You foster parents.
My family's literally 10 meters over there. If only someone would drive me there. I'm a whale. I can't.
And then eventually Willy like goes up in the stands and he's like, hey. Or Willy, sorry. Jessie goes up in the stands.
I was like, he did? Amazing.
And Jessie's like, hey, why are you crying? And he's like, is that your family? And he's like, oh man, Willy's an orphan too.
Yes!
And then they have like this moment of like, we're both orphans.
Jessie, he's always been a fucking orphan, but not an orphan. Like, keep up. I can't. You're so focused on getting fish.
Because Jessie keeps like breaking out of his own house and talking to his whale Willy. Which, by the way, if I live that close to like my bestie who has a whale, I'm never sleeping at home. I'm hanging out with Willy all day, every day, all night.
Oh, you're camping at the whale. Yeah.
Because he's there at night, he starts to hear some tinkering
in
the basement.
Sabotage.
And there is a secret sabotage where they're trying to mess with the tank as if it like got broken and it's insurance fraud. And then all of a sudden the water blows out of the tank.
This is just another example why we need security. Maybe Randolph could be the security man. He lives
all we needed
right
was a
there.
Camera. I'd be
We
like,
need a
excuse
camera.
me,
We need a motion light.
Can you imagine the insurance fraud reduction after literally just cameras installed in place?
Yeah, and they're like, so that looks like that's you.
That would be you fucking up. That's your assistant messing up the tank to pretend like it just, broke open. But it breaks open and the water is going, and then Jessie loses his mind, and he's like, oh my God, and he wakes up Randolph, which, by the way, we didn't talk about, like, the weird side plot about the, like, weird Native American chant about the story about the whale, and I don't know, but is it important?
Blacked out. I don't feel like it is, because all we learn is that there was a Native American folklore story about how some guy went in the ocean and, like, rode a whale, ? And he said some saying and something.
Yo, how funny would it be if Randall was like, it was me.
I'm actually the whale rider. Yes. That would have been a weird fucking
And at night, he's like riding Willy.
Okay, I like
Okay,
that.
sorry. So he gets Randolph and he's like, help me. And then Randolph's like, fine. And then they get Lori Petty and they're like, Lori Petty, you're gonna help me? She's like, guys, I don't know. But Randolph's like, I hate this job anyways. And then they get the little thing that like hoists this 3-ton animal.
Fork lifted.
I'm like, excuse me, this does not look sturdy enough, but somehow we lift him up. It's like lifting up the dinosaurs.
Yes.
You lift up the dinosaur, and then they have to hook it to a trailer, but they don't have something to like, actually pull the trailer, so that Jessie has to go steal Glenn's truck. And then Glenn's like, God damn it, this fucking kid.
Glenn's like, son of a bitch, you got me again, you little tyke. Oh, I love you, kitten.
It's like, you know what? I don't know if I'm going to give you a baseball next month. And then they are after him.
This is stressful. I'm so stressed this whole time.
First of all, I thought to myself, I go, we snapped through intense themes this whole movie.
Yeah.
And the moment that we feel the tank going down and getting the whale, we stop and do logistics. I did not like this. I was like, why are we wasting so much time on logistics? It's like, the water's going low. Get Willy out. We got Willy out. Now we need a trailer. The trailer. How do we drive the trailer?
Yeah, I was like,
now we're on a cliff. I was like, get to the fucking ocean.
We gotta designate jobs better. We need to, first of all, they were like, we gotta take back roads because, like, that'd be crazy if someone saw us a whale. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody gave a shit there was a whale being strung around town because they literally drove to the town and over a bridge and nobody
There's no cell phones.
cared.
What do you mean? This is 1993. There's no cell phones.
Nobody's
going to know anything. There's telegrams, okay?
That's why I was literally like, why are you going on like this weird mountain road? You're going up a mountain to get to the ocean, which is down the mountain?
Which we can see from the tank?
Yeah,
like we can see the ocean from the tank.
You could have just drove down the hill. We would have got there in like 2 seconds. But
this is where we needed Glenn. We need Glenn.
And he's like, Glenn, I need your help. We're freeing Willy, and we're committing lots of crimes, but it's for the whale. And if somebody called me and said that, I would be like, say no more. I'm coming. Here I come.
We're breaking laws. We're going to get arrested.
A spray bottle of water, because I'll be there to swear.
They kept
Don't
spraying
worry.
Willy. Which I also was like, wait, a whale can survive by just being, like, sprayed?
Well, but that's the thing. They're mammals.
Is that real?
They breathe air, but I do think their skin, or whatever we call it, needs to get... I think it needs to be moist. But they can breathe air. Like, they don't... Okay. It's not like a fish where they're like, oh, no, my gills.
Well, so Glenn basically is like, kid, you stole my truck. Now you're stuck on it. And he's like, Glenn, help! And he's like, all right, just we're adopting this motherfucker. And then he does some really cool thing with a metal thing, and then it pulls the thing, and then Willy's fine, and then they get down the mountain, and then they're finally heading to the bay. But at this point, and this is, I was like, what is the time frame that Jessie left his house to go play with the whale? Because that was nighttime. And now the sun's coming up, and I'm like, this poor whale, it's been like 8 hours of getting him out of this tank, onto this weird hill, off the weird hill, to the bay, that now the villains are there at the same time, and then they have a showdown.
Bridget?
And boy, oh boy, does Glenn do the coolest move. That made me cry when Glenn pulled this move.
Oh, I was crying this whole time. Except, Bridget, you missed a Bob scene. I know we haven't referenced Bob scenes in a while, listeners.
We have not.
Bob scene is a scene where you're like, some weird man named Bob must have wrote this. And it was when we said, you know what? We gotta drive through the car wash.
Oh, yeah.
Willy is a little too arid. We gotta soak him. And I was so worried. I was about to fucking see an actual car wash with bubbles going on this whale, and I was gonna cry about it in a different way, but they just, like, stole a hose. And I was like, I feel like we could have drove to the ocean in the time it took to do that. But what do I know? Car wash!
I'm a novice, if you will. So they get to the thing, and all the villains are out front, and they're like, all right, you can't get past the gate. And then Glenn looks at Glenn.
Pedal to the floor.
Oh my God, Glenn was like, you motherfuckers, I got up in the middle of the night, and I like my sleep. I'm gonna floor it. And then they're all like, oh no! And then he breaks through it.
Amazing.
He does a big old weird Yui.
Amazing.
He hits the whale, and the whale flies in the water. And then
Fast and Furious. Fast and Furious with the whale.
Jesse's amazing. Jessie is literally the best coach in the world. He's like, Willy, get it together. I need you to swim, Willy.
It's like the whale Olympics.
He's like, I need
gotta
you.
Go for the gold.
You gotta go for it, Willy. Okay? You can't choke.
Well, but there was a moment where he was like, Willy's not moving. What's wrong with him? And I was like, if the whale fucking dies at any moment, I am well.
You're like, the movie poster is it jumping over the rocks? It has to be free.
This can't be right. But then he was fine.
But then he's stuck in the... So he gets out. They have this weird hustle-tussle, and this is so cool because both the mom and dad are fighting the villains. And I was this is so cool. The foster dad
goes, get away from my kid. And I was like, this child is so child.
Oh my god, I love Glenn. Oh, Michael Madsen. Oh, you're the best.
God.
But then Willy's stuck in the bay, and the villains, somehow they have their act together. Walkie-talkies, whatever, because then boats are there, and then nets are there, and then Jessie's like, oh no, he's just gonna get caught again, what do we do? And so he takes his fucking Nikes, he pumps them up, because back in 93, that's what he had to do, and he fucking just runs across these goddamn jetty rocks.
Jock Jams plays as he runs on the jetty, because it's the 90s and it's 90s.
He's such a baddie.
Wow.
And he runs to the rocks, and then Willy comes over and has a little pit stop, and he's like,
he gives him a pep talk.
He pep talks him.
Oh my god.
He's like, I
you gotta
know
do it.
This is impossible because there's at least 3 feet of water, and I need you to fly over 20 feet of rock, but we have CGI and an animatronic whale, and so we gotta do this. And Willy's like, say no more.
He also is
hold my beer.
He goes, you only gotta do it once, Willy. And I was like, good, very convincing argument, Jessie.
I do like that. I do like that. That's how I feel about getting a new job. You just gotta get one person to like you.
Just one. I do kind of wish, now that I think about it, though, I wish Willy breached and body slammed the scary boats like that. If there's a remake of Free Willy, that's how that should end.
Knowing what we know now about the orcas.
Yeah.
Oh my god, how cool! Or what if the moms and the pack?
Oh my god, they fly over the other way and body slam the boats. And then
they all attack the boats.
Oh my god! Trademark. We're making Free Willy 10. Don't touch it. It's ours. Wow, but he doesn't do that. He jumps over him, and I just think there's got to be. I really think it was the trailer of the movie where they show that scene, which is kind of the best scene and but they don't play the Michael Jackson song, and it's much better with the Michael Jackson song.
This is and play it, and it was just like
play it.
Okay,
press play.
Some behind the scenes magic. So the whale does most of the scenes, except when it's super close up and all that goodies, and it is an animatronic. And this animatronic,
thank God,
it was 20 feet long, plus some CGI, literally got shot out of a cannon to be I swear, to be jumped over the rock.
Really unsafe for the child actor.
I guess, but nobody cared about Jessie because he's just jumping in with whales. He's jumping in with orcas. God. Do you think that this actor has PTSD seeing the orcas fight back, and he's like, is this my fault?
I dream that if he was on a boat and it started getting attacked by whales, then one of the whales would stop and be wave its fin and be like, it's you. It's Jessie. He's like, I am related to whatever that whale was, and now we're friends. And then he rides the whale and kills everyone.
God.
That's my dream. But
he gets away, and then nobody knows what to do because they can't collect the insurance. They can't collect the insurance policy without the whale. And that's what everybody's saying, because we have to add in that money magic where they won't get their money. And everyone's like, hold me.
It ends with the foster parents running on the jetty, and they do emotional hugs, and then the mom's like, hey, let's go home. And then he's like, okay. And I cried more because I was like, home! It's home now!
Because Willy went home, and now Jessie goes home.
But then I just assumed Randolph or Lori Petty would have another line or be involved with the hug.
Nothing. It's done.
No, then they're immediately shut the fuck up. Look at these video tapes we took of whales swimming. Okay, and now listen to Michael. And I was I will. I'll do it for 4 minutes.
I agree. This is why my 2.5-year-old was more whales. And I was like, well, I guess we're buying for Willy too. Because I don't know, they ended abruptly. I don't know what we're doing.
It was emotional.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Watch or don't watch.
You better fucking watch this. You better donate to the whales, because there is a phone number at the end of the movie that was call 1-800-SAVE-WHALES and donate money. And I was like, I probably will. Thank you for letting me know that.
That made $20 million
oh my
donations.
God, that's amazing. It needs to make more money. Listeners, if you donate to the whales, I'll match your donation. Okay? Only if it's under $50, because it's a recession, so leave me alone. Yeah. Respect the whales, okay? I have a whale picture of an orca right there in my bedroom. It's right over there.
It's right there, folks.
It's right there.
It's there.
It's Willy, and now I'm going to cry when I look at it. This movie is going to be on the list of movies to watch when I need to cry, because I didn't realize...
Like Rudy.
Rudy's on there, Bridget Bithia's on there, Steel Magnolias, and The Lion King. And now
Free Willy.
And Free Willy.
What a lineup.
Jesus Christ almighty. They're rough. Yeah.
Whew.
Wow. Okay. Wow, we did it. We swam it.
As we always do.
We jumped it.
We jumped it. As we always do, we have another movie.
Woo!
This movie still deals with the ocean.
Thank God. Does it have whales? Because I'm gonna be upset. Is it Free Willy 2 Bridge? Because I swear to God, I'm not ready. I need a moment. Okay.
It's not. But it is the ocean, and it is 2002.
2002, the ocean.
And this is considered somewhat of a sport romance.
Is this a romance? I know exactly what this fucking is.
What is it?
Is it Blue Crush?
Do you hate me for it? Do you hate me or love me for it? Okay. I thought you'd be so sick of this shit.
No, I love surfing movies.
Oh my
God.
Michelle Rodriguez, Kate Bosworth.
Kate Bosworth, that's the one. And who's the fucking stupid love interest that's like the quarterback, something? Who was that guy?
Name? I think he's like a no-name. Is he like a person?
Oh, I thought...
Matt Tolman?
Oh, yeah, I don't know him. JK.
Ooh.
Well, listen, y'all, surfing's in the Olympics, and they had to reschedule their either semifinals or maybe it was the actual finals because the weather was bad. So, keep up.
Oh my God, Kate Bosworth.
I remember the scene where she's at the bottom of the ocean and she's like holding a weight and she's running along the bottom of the ocean to train, and I was like, damn.
Could you be loved?
That's love.
Oh, be loved. I remember being like, I want this soundtrack. 2002. We'll find out if that was true.
It's probably not great.
Listeners, we've been horrible about taking your recommendations.
Oh, we love you.
Just whoever's aggressive, just send us an email and maybe we'll just wing it and take the person at top. So I'm so sorry, but we've just been in our own heads.
Mainly if it's like a summer/ocean themed movie, because
we're just swimming.
I love the ocean. I love the whales. 1-800 save the whales. Call them, donate. Oh my God.
All right, I love you, Willy.
We're close to that.
We're not done.
Listeners, if you also would like to save the whales,
okay.
Save all the whales, Free Willy, free the whales. And if you think that maybe we should look into other captive animals that need freeing, like who else? Who else do we know? I know there's a lot of criticism about aquariums and zoos, some of which I agree with, but a lot of times they take animals that either weren't being successful in the wild and or were only bred in captivity, and it's about conservation. And a lot of aquariums and zoos are working to like restore species and habitats. So, like, don't hate on them, okay?
Okay.
Don't hate on them. You can learn a lot, all right? But maybe we should also look into, like, how are the seals feeling about captivity, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's look into that. And if you think that this movie's so fucking sad and you're gonna cry every second of the movie like I did...
Oh, hey.
You should write us a review.
Wow.
We love reviews. We love written reviews. You can review us on Apple Podcasts, along with some other podcasting apps. We also have a website, sisterswho'seenit.com. On our website, you can request a movie. So I can't do any of the other Free Willy movies at the moment, listeners, but other movies, summer, ocean, surfing,
hit it.
Mermaids, shellfish, I don't know. Any of it, we're ready. Send them our way. Here we go. And Bridge, what else can they do on our website?
Give us money.
Woo!
It's just money. That's
it's money.
It.
Yeah.
I haven't checked in a while. Have you gotten money?
No. We haven't.
Well, what are you doing?
What? To me, that makes me think you're all donating your money to the whales.
Okay.
Now I'm becoming a subliminal message where I'm
okay. Just donate the whales. It's fine. You don't need to give us money, but whatever. We'd take it.
I would take it.
And then we also have merchandise and stuff that you could buy. I wish we had Snoop Dogg in the Olympics tees, but we don't have that licensing.
We don't, and we'll definitely get in trouble.
It's other silly things, and just enjoy. And we love you.
Yes. So check all that out, listeners, and we hope to hear from you. All right. Well, we'll see you all next week for Blue Crush. And
Could you be loved?
Oh, I was like, what's the song?
Only- I don't know. And there's just like endless Bob Marley.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's definitely gonna be like island jams.
It's just like Hawaii, and they live
That's
in a
why I
hut.
think-
No one
that's
knows
why
who
I
their
feel like
parents are.
the soundtrack's not gonna be great because it's gonna be like, oh no.
Oh, maybe it's
this
terrible.
Is all of Jimmy Buffett.
I want to pretend I'm in Hawaii, but I'm actually going to run out to Lake Michigan.
Yeah.
And just take a surfboard and surf like a 2-foot wave. What do you think?
That sounds like a great day. I support everything you do. And if you see
Fuck
a whale, give him a high five for me.
Okay. I will lose my shit first, but I will be excited about
Alrighty. That will be a freak of nature if you see one.
that. I love you.
I love you.
Free Willy. Always.
Love him.
Free him.
Willy,
Free the orcas.
I hope
we
you're
love
free.
you.
Free them all. Support them capsizing boats.
All right, let's have some crushes. Bye-bye. I love you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Sisters Who've Seen It. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Check out our website at sisterswho'veseenit.com, where you can email us, request movies to be reviewed, and keep up to date with all things sisters. Also, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you next week.